Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma. Getting ready to play on the Hermitcraft server. I logged in today to do some things, to do some this and that, and I was like, I just want to keep working on the storage system, so I'm going to live stream that. So here we are, I guess. Here we are, let's log in. I'm just making sure everything's set up on my end. All looks good. We got some peeps in chat. Spooky Dokie, Unwoven Rainbow, Bear, throwing in those bananas. Yeah, welcome to the storage room. Not much has changed other than me digging out the space to expand this whole thing. Early stream, yeah. Don't usually stream at this time, right? You just finished watching the new video. Awesome, yeah. I put a little pinned message saying when you finish, head over here. Because then you'll know what we're doing, right? I actually published the episode earlier. It was going to come out a couple of hours later, and then I was like, I should probably put that out there before I stream, because this is all spoilers. So, like, you know, watch the episode, come over here, and we're good. You love exclusive previews. Well, if you haven't watched the episode yet, this is a whole bunch of previews. And I guess if you're watching on the second channel, go watch the episode on the main channel first. Simples. Yeah, so what we're doing is building the same system again and then building the new system in this space. I think I will start with the floor though, just so when we walk around here it's all kind of set up. I just went and raided a trial chamber. Yeah, I've just been reminded of a couple of things here. So we want these blocks. I wouldn't... Ah, that's exactly what I want. A few more of those, some of them, There's other stuff we're going to need later, like glow lichen. I got loads of bones now, so we can bone mill that. Pale moss carpet, I think I shoved somewhere. Like, I've tried to keep these semi-organized, and then they just... You just keep getting more and more stuff, you know? Yeah, just reading chat, some of you commenting on the episode timing, like, you know, go watch the episode if you want to get the ins and outs of the storage system and see how we got to this point. But some of you want to watch it live, that's fair enough. You was thinking non-stackable filter is the first one so they get out of the way, not to make golems efficient. I don't know what you mean. Yo, Kitty Gaming 99, thank you for 96 months. That's amazing. Glad to finally see you use golems for their intended purpose. Oh yeah, me too. By the way, that is the sound of me slurping on a matcha latte, which I have not had in a while. I think I didn't quite put enough matcha in it. Oh, I'm supposed to leave a spoon in there. You want to stir... Oh, I'm going to go get a spoon. You want to stir this while you drink it, because the matcha... Like, matcha likes to come apart a bit if it's not in sort of like the right context. So when they make drinks, they whisk it, and I don't have a whisker. If you cook with it, the matcha tends to do just fine. But in a drink like this, you want to keep stirring it. I'm going to go grab a spoon. I will be right back, people. It won't take me long. Told you it wouldn't take long. There we go. There we go. Matcha is a bit too high maintenance for me. Not gonna lie, just stick to Monster Energy drink. Okay, let's not put matcha and energy monster drink on the same wavelength there. And let's not start me off on a rant on how terrible energy drinks are. I mean, they're literally not energy drinks. Caffeine doesn't give you energy. To be fair, if they got calories, they give you energy. They just annoy me, that stuff. Oh my god. That is so nice. Matcha supremacy, yeah. Hey, Matcha Kit Kat is awesome. So matcha is a lovely flavour. It's especially if you're like a Westerner, because it activates a fifth. So apparently we have 5 taste sensories, like salt or bitterness is one, saltiness, sweetness, sourness, and then matcha is like this 5th one that it isn't found in other foods in Western diets. So when you go and have it, you have this like, oh, what the? This is like almost different. To me, matcha is like, it's bitter, but then its aftertaste is like sweet and moreish. Umami is the name of it, yeah. So anyway, I love making homemade ice cream with it. I make matcha curry, I make matcha ice cream and matcha chocolate ice cream. Those are really good. You thought matcha was a lone wolf, but it's socialized. I feel like you're making a joke, and I have no idea what the reference is. Let's go ahead and plop one of these down here. I'm gonna overuse this. I just know it. But I'm gonna throw it in anyway. I know I'm gonna end up overusing that. I've already put it in a few places here and there. Like just for the extra particles, just for a little pizzazz, you know. Cherry Pie 84, thank you for 26 months, and Blue Raven 768 here for 34 as well. No wait, 84, 34. I was honestly wondering when my next month would be. Anyways, I can't believe it's already getting close to the holidays. You got biology praxis? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. You make matcha white hot chocolate at work and it's so good. Oh my god, that does sound good. That does sound good. Matcha curry, yeah, making curry with matcha, it's gorgeous. Again, like the flavor that it brings to the curry is this strange like bitterness that then becomes moreish and sort of sweet in the aftertaste. It's so nice. Like whenever I make matcha curry or matcha ice cream, it's always that similar experience of like the first spoonful is like and then all of a sudden the aftertaste kicks in, then you're just like more. Did I get to watch Scar's short video yet? What is Scar's short video? I don't think I saw that. Hey, Baby Orca says recipe, please. If you go look it up online, you'll find some recipes. What I do... So when the Japanese do curry, they do curry powder. Now, pretty much everywhere else in the world, it's curry powder plus spices. This is curry powder plus matcha. A little bit of honey to sweeten it up, a little bit of soy sauce to, you know, get your salt in there. But otherwise, it's a pretty standard curry. So if you just go, like, look up a recipe, you'll probably find something suitable. Just going to eyeball this stuff, really. Should probably get a few more carpet layers in. Let's knock that out of the way. And keep doing this. The pizza video is good. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. You're trying to figure out how it tastes like for matcha curry. If you don't know the taste of matcha, you won't know. But the weird thing about matcha is like it's initially quite bitter and then it becomes very moreish. Prismatic, you've had matcha twice and it was at a Dunkin'. Well, I have matcha in Japan and I get my matcha from Japan. So I don't know how Dunkin' Donuts does it, but like I mean if you do some research on Japanese cuisine, they have such a high standard over there for how they treat food and how good it is. The best food I've ever anywhere in the world I've been, I think. Riri says, how do you mix it with curry powder? The same way you mix anything. I don't know, in a spoon with a bowl? There is knockoff matcha. Oh, right, yeah, don't go for knockoff matcha. Go for the legit stuff, you know? You just like sugar and healthy things. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that, yeah. Yeah, I like ingesting poison and exercise. Yeah, that's my thing. My brain's so slow these days. God. I knew I was going to make a joke, and then it's just like, just takes me forever. I mean, let's not demonize sugar too much. I mean, you know, when it naturally occurs in food, like honey and fructose and stuff, it's not the worst thing, but just having all this refined sugar in your diet, not the way to go. Oh my god, this is so good. I'm just gonna finish it. Sorry, you're getting a bit of a slurp fest now. I love this stuff. Poison is very tasty though. That's true. And that's a really good reason to consume poison because, you know, so what if something's bad for you if it tastes good? Obviously. Everyone in chat has such good food combos, says Radio Waver, and someone just suggested poison. You know, everyone in chat, including that person suggesting poison. Chocolate-coated licorice. I never got into licorice when I was a kid. I couldn't do it. Just remember it being really bitter and sour. But sort of not sour, like similar to sour. You want sushi? You say sushi? I'd like sushi. Sugar is poison for diabetics. Well, it's not only is it poison for diabetics. A lot of the time, it's what causes diabetes, right? Too much sugar in your diet. So it's poison for all of us. Oh my god, that is the last of the matcha. There'll be no more slurping. I'm so glad I took the time to ingest all of that. Oh, so good. I feel pumped. That's the first coffee I've had in like a month, I think. Not that I needed it. I just really fancied a matcha coffee, latte even. This is how I'm subtly lighting the floor here. It would kind of help if I actually got a few of these light sources out of the way. We'll probably put in a couple more of these later because we're gonna have light. Well, here's the thing. I could do the light now. There it is. Just down here. Oh yeah, I have FreeCam installed, by the way. Dang it. I bound it to a different key on my keyboard. Initially I thought I'd uninstalled it because I decided I didn't want to use it as much this season. So I rebound it, and then I have this reflex to press a key that doesn't do anything anymore. But now I'm developing that reflex to use my other hand and press the correct key. And that time I felt like I didn't pause before using it because I want to use it. There are occasions where using it makes sense. Something like this. Like, I just want to know how these were spaced out, right? There are other times when I don't want to have that reflex anymore. Like, if I go to someone's base and they're like, hey, you know, check this out. I don't want to use FreeCam and start flying around. I've been reading comments and people have been saying how, like, that breaks the immersion, and I agree. I really agree, actually. Especially the default free cam. I have the smooth movement free cam, which I think is a little nicer. But when you go from like this kind of movement to like jarring movement, see, I could have just done this actually. Didn't even need to use it, but hang on, something's not right there with the alignment. Oh no, it's because this wouldn't stay here. This would then be different, right? Because there's actually an extra row of chests there now. Okay, so we can use that to help us. Go make some slabs here. So yeah, one of my things this season is to not use free cam, but not 100%. There are times when it's like really quite useful and just saves you a bother. But I don't want it to become a reflex, and it's. I think what I need to do is rebind it so I have to press multiple keys at the same time or something, you know, something like that. You can't do that when using voice mod because then you won't hear them. I think that's configurable. I think that might be configurable. But I know what you mean. It was this one here. Is it 2 again? So it's like 1... Yeah, no, 1, 2, bam, bam. Yeah. And that's that. Sweet. So now I do away with these torches, right? Except... Well, no, we need torches back here. It's just... Eventually the light won't go through there when I build the rest of it, you know? Set it to Control Shift Alt Win L. Wait, that opens LinkedIn? Microsoft hasn't built in shortcuts to LinkedIn on the OS, has it? That sounds so weird. Oh, we should probably... Look at me getting all distracted. We should probably just finish up this floor. Put in a few more blocks like this. Looking very nice. I find it's helpful to take your time when you do this as well. Like don't rush it too much. Just keep stepping back and getting a feel for it. Like it feels way too mossy there. The balance should be probably more pale than green. At least that's the vibe I was going for. Then it's wall blocks at the front here, isn't it? Yeah, let's go get those sorted. I guess I can make them with the stone. Control Shift Alt Win letters. Various letters open various different Microsoft apps. Ah, it's an app. Whoa, that's not where I was trying to put that. Some hanging pale moss around the ceiling. Dude, boo, I love the idea actually. I love the idea. The problem is, like, don't get too distracted, so... I don't even have hanging pale moss. When I went to the biome, I didn't pick that up. What a goose. What a silly goose. So I made it so that you'd, like, stand in here. Like, just to kind of break the perfectness of this a little bit. So that's why there's a gap there. Then over here, you actually don't need any of that, so it stops there. Now let's go ahead and do some of this here. And then all of that like that. I'm out of stone blocks. Just steal some, says Absolute. Which? Steal some from where? You know, I would steal some. From where? Am I going back to the biome? Clever use of walls for elevation. It was kind of necessary. I mean, you can actually, like, reach without being on this. I mean, I guess if you're closer, right? But... Oh, those are wall blocks there, huh? But... Like, you don't want to be getting too finicky with it, right? Like, you just want to grab what you need and go, kind of thing. Those are going to be blocks. The thing is, it's going to be tricky to know how to represent what's in here. I will leave that space there for now, though. That feels about right, I think. Feeling real good. And then back here, obviously, there's a bit more. And then get that out of there too, so we can look, you know, like I need a light somewhere around here. We'll drop that in. Is that the right one? That is the right one. The other one's for storage. Boom, tiny bit more light here. It's very subtle. It's low enough where it doesn't feel like there's a light source there. Like that's just like the ambient light level. Definitely too many particles. It'd be nice if they gave us more particle options in this, really. Jonas says, just change the block, no pistons. Wait, we're replying to someone else there. I don't know what's about. This looks great. X says, Catullus. Thank you. I really feel like... I kind of feel... Oh my god, this is the creator mind. Like, you're thinking about your videos like you're playing a game of baseball or something. Like, you gotta hit a home run every hit, right? And so... I looked at this room as I was building it. I realized that this doesn't have the aesthetic impact that I have in my next few projects. And I was like, overthinking it. So what? You know, oh my god, I've been playing this game for so long. Just get over it. Just get over it already. Get over it, son. So yeah, then I was like, do you know what? Whatever. Like, this season for me is all about keeping myself on this track of, like, enjoying every moment and just doing what I want to do, which is fun to me. And this is just the beginning of it, right? This is just the beginning of a series of awesome projects that I'm going to enjoy doing. And I can't stress myself out. Like, oh, is it gonna do well on YouTube? I'm over it. I'm over that. Just, so what? Oh, by the way, lots of comments. People discussing me ditching the episode number. Let's have a discussion about that, because I feel like, for the most part, most of you are cool with it and get it, which I like. A lot of people have been relating it to Mumbo's video. I think initially, like, what got me on the idea of changing was related to the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. But then I think what took over was this idea of, like, doing these really cool projects and making the episodes much more, like, focused on, like, having a start and an end and being, like, a showpiece for that project. And so now, the way the thumbnail has turned out and, like, the structure and stuff, it just feels right, you know? It just feels right. It looks less jarring, says Balin. Yeah, and some people find the big episode number off-putting. And when I see a comment like that, I always think, like, yeah, but is that really going to stop you from watching something? Like, I don't know. That feels like psychologically a bit over the top or something. Oh, I can't watch this because you have a number on the thumbnail. But maybe that's just how it works for some people, right? So... Anyway, so far the feedback feels really good. It feels like people get it, and that's probably because I've done it at the right time in the right way. You know, if I had to reset it last season and the episodes were just the same old thing again, it would be like, you know, We'd all start making that sound, wouldn't we? Is that really all I've got? Oh wait, you know what? It doesn't matter, because these things, or sorry, those make loads of those, don't they? They make loads of them, mate. Loads of them. Do you know what? In this game, there was a lot of, like, grinding in the past for certain materials. Like, mossy stone bricks were once, like, a grind-only thing. And then when they added copper, and, like, you got these recipes to give you tons of this, and now you can go and just mine out a trial chamber, get loads of that. I kind of like that, actually, when it comes to building. I think I kind of like stuff just being, like, straightforward. If they can just now, like, get that in sync with the inventory working to help the player, and, like, having all these build options and things being easy to get hold of, that's going to be so good for building. But still, there's this feeling like, okay, now I can get loads of copper blocks, but, like, that's just clunking up my inventory. You know what I mean? Might subconsciously make people not want to watch a video because they haven't seen the prior episode, says Sketty. Yeah, it could be something like that. At first, I thought you'd done 12,000 videos in season 10. Wow. See, I didn't think, like, I guess, you know, it's one of those things, like, I've got the answer, so it seems obvious to me, but, like, yeah, you do have to just put yourself in the shoes of the viewer or someone else to, like, really know, so. I mean, you guys have been telling me, I read the comments, so. What is my idea to fix inventory space? I made a whole video on it. If you go look up okay, let's do the Linktree plug. So This is why I have my own little made link tree. It is so that you can go there, linktree.xisuma.co, and when you scroll down, there's not loads of stuff. It's all pretty tidy, and you just look for the Minecraft discussions playlist. In there, in that playlist on YouTube, there is a video about fixing the Minecraft inventory. And we made a mod to do that, and this is the mod right here. And I just, once again, when I'm in survival, for some reason, I don't use this mod. When I'm in creative, I use it just like a knee-jerk reaction. And I was actually using it a fair bit when I was doing this project out here, and I was really like pleased with myself. I'm like, oh, good old X, look at you. You're remembering to use that mod that you designed. Oh, and like, you know, you think you'd never forget about that. Oh, I've forgotten again. Well done, me. Well done, me. So, the issue isn't space in the inventory, but space will help. The issue is basically this game's inventory management system is 15 years old, and it was designed for a game that only had less than, I think maybe less than 50 blocks, you know, at first. Probably even less than that. But like, now it's got hundreds of blocks. And a lot of these blocks of like variants, they're very easy to just suddenly accumulate lots of different blocks. You can just look at that and sort of see like how, where I'm doing the floor, we now have 5 different types of block for the floor, plus we wanted to put that underneath and these things in, that's 8 blocks. So now building projects just require more and more space. And Mojang's approach seems to be that they're trying to gleam out like little systems that help the current system. But I think the fundamental problem is that you need to overhaul the current system, do away with it, and come up with something better. And when I say do away with it, that sounds extreme, that sounds drastic. I actually think that's the approach they should have. It should be like, if we were going to release Minecraft 2, do you think they would just go, right, here's Minecraft 2, we've updated everything, but, you know, new graphics, new mobs, new biomes, new dimensions, but, oh, inventory, that's staying the same, mate. That's perfect, isn't it? No. If they did Minecraft 2, they would start again, and they would approach the game like you would approach the game how it's played now. We've got all of these block variants, and you would rethink stuff. That's the approach they need to have. They're not going to come up with the same solutions that I would propose or that you would propose, but I think, you know, if you got 10 different teams to look at the game like that and propose something new, there would be some similar ideas, there'd be some different ones, but all of them would probably be a lot better than what we're currently dealing with, right? Because it's just an antiquated system, and it frustrates people because we all experience this thing of like, I'm just constantly working with this inventory. I'm constantly like, okay, it's full. I'll put these blocks over here, and now I need those other ones, and where are they? We're just all suffering with it. So something needs to be done, clearly, right? Now, some of us are a little brighter than others. I'm definitely on the dimmer side of the spectrum when it comes to dealing with it, because I'm the sort of person that like needs 2 blocks, walks for a minute across my base to my storage system and forgets what those 2 blocks are. That's not great for me. That's not great. So like, some of you got it up there in the noggin, you know exactly what you need, and bam, 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 you sorted it out. That's great if that's you, but for someone like me who's not quite as sharp, I kind of need the inventory to meet me halfway, and it doesn't. It makes you do all the heavy lifting, and it's kind of dull. That I might need again. You can sort of see me doing it right now. The fortunate thing is just that there's these junk chests where I can just throw stuff in and not think about it, so that works okay for now, but we're keeping it semi-clean. Do you think shelves will help? I keep meaning to and keep forgetting to conduct an experiment where I'm like going to try and do a build project with the shelves. I don't know when that's going to feel right to do it, but I think I need to do it sooner than later because I need to start learning and knowing when and when not to use the shelves, basically. I think we need a crazy amount of these. I can hear skeletons. I think there's a cave down here that needs lighting up. So I can hear skeletons crunching their bones down there. You're the second type. You know exactly where your things are so long as you have some labels. I mean, that's great. That's great if you can work with it. El Polo Diablo, thank you for subscribing with the Prime. Very much appreciated. As a Prime subscriber, you can join our community. If you're interested in that, ask in chat. There's a Minecraft server. There's a Discord server. Yeah. Nal Usuka is here with a donation saying, sup, excited for the new season. First episodes have been a blast. I'm curious, have you tried putting your fabulous new copperhead on actual copper golem statue? Like 10 minutes into your second episodes now, so now I feel silly if you do it during it. So a copper golem statue can't just wear one of these because it's a statue, it's a block, not an entity. I might be able to, if I remember correctly, you can't equip a copper golem with a dispenser, but it does have a head slot, although they changed things, so maybe you can. Maybe you can. The copper golem has a head slot and a special slot for its antenna, but I can't remember if it's survive. Should we just go find out? Like, this is like a 2-minute. This is like a. This experiment might be done before I finish this sentence because that's how terrible I am at articulating myself sometimes. Notice how I'm not finishing my explanation because no, it's not going to be that quick, but a couple of minutes. Like, I need string and sticks. Oh god, I want my storage system. This is why I'm working on it, right? This is why I'm working on it. Because it needs to get done. Okay, so that's that. Cobblestone. Like, here's another thing about this game. Crafting, it's classic. But there's a lot of things in games that are classic and then don't come into future games. Right? Like, it was classic for the time. And I feel like as classic as crafting is, now it feels like a hindrance. Maybe some game will come up with like some take on crafting that's like, it's sort of like crafting, but it's a bit more involved and interesting, and then people will be interested in that. But even crafting in this game, just so many items, dragging them around, trying to make that one little thing, it's just become a bit tiresome. I mean, it had charm, and maybe still does if you're like brand new. Okay, here's a question for all of you in chat. You answer with a single number, okay? And by single number, I do mean that can be a double-digit number. How long have you been watching the stream for? No, how long have you been playing Minecraft for? How long? How many years? That's, jeez, I did such a good job with that question. 79. That sounds very real. I am seeing a lot of you, like, a lot of... I'm going to say, like, 10 and above is very common in chat. And actually, like, the lowest numbers I'm seeing is 5. Now, y'all being my audience, this is biased because I'm an old channel on YouTube. But, like, how many young people out there are, like, finding this game and new to it? And are they having that crazy experience that all of us that have been playing for a long time had, where spending ages grinding stuff in this game was fun? I don't know if people are having that experience anymore. It looks like it doesn't work, by the way. I mean, that entity is firmly next to it, so I think that's a good no. You can't do that. By the way, you can now put them on actual armor, so that's a diamond helmet. And it's got the model on it, which is super cool. Yo, Dances with Magic, thank you for 9 months. That is a Twitch baby. Let's play the animation. Always appreciated. Thanks so much for the support. You're 30 and you just started playing this year. Awesome. How are you finding it? How are you finding it? It's such an incredible game, but like, as someone who's played it for like 14 years, it's sort of evolved, but it's sort of still the same thing. It's really weird. There's been eras in this game, and it's just so weird that it's kept going for so long. I'm actually going to need like a lot of that, aren't I? And therefore I'm going to chew through my wood supply. I do have that. Yeah, I don't really have like stacks of stuff. I kind of don't like using dark oak because of the sapling drop rate. The sapling drop rate is great on pale oak. I think pale oak might be my favorite like early game tree to farm, if that makes sense. Like the shape of it, the drop rate, it's all pretty good. You remember staying up to like 5 a.m. with your cousins getting items. Very fun times. That sounds awesome, that does. I've only played Minecraft with my IRL friends like once or twice tops. Like none of them are into it. It's so sad. Like I would have such a great time just hanging out. You know. I don't know what the expression is without swearing, but shooting the ship. Ship! P! P! The letter P! Bunch of weirdos. I'm going to just put stone blocks out the front here. You know, just goofing off and, like... Me and my mates just talk a lot of rubbish to each other, and it's hilarious. You know, that kind of thing. So... I would love to just be like grinding in Minecraft, chatting some nonsense with my mates, but they're not into it, and that's okay. But we did try to get together and play it one time. It didn't really work out. Actually, it's not true. One of my mates really got into it, but played on Bedrock. PlayStation split screen, and then it would pause for both of you if you wrote on a sign. That's a strange bug. Relatable, me and all my mates, all game, but we play different styles of game. Yeah, Ben, that's kind of it with me. Like, and other games that I'm into are just not the ones they're into. Like, I'm into puzzlers, I'm into roguelike deck building type stuff, and that's just, no one else plays that. Just me. Okay, so we're gonna need more of this. Gonna build up some walls. Gonna need lots of hoppers, I think. Hibbity hoobity hopper. Any hoppers in there? No. That's not the iron blocks I want. Where are the iron? Oh wait, they're in my ender chest. I can use some of these. Crafting bench over here. I feel like crafting benches should be a bit more scattered about. Doesn't feel like there's too many good spots to put them around here as well. Like, I like this, so I don't want to put one there. I could have it in the floor in the middle of the room. But let's crack on building this. All you know is Bedrock. Well, I mean, I encourage you to come play this. I mean, talking about superiority, right now, Bedrock is just in such a bad state. And Mojang isn't communicating about it. Like, God, haven't they learned? Just an acknowledgement goes such a long way. Just let players know, you know, we're aware of it, we're on it. Like, it's so simple. It's so simple. I think what I might do here... It's not really necessary, but I might put some tiled walls in between. They might end up looking a bit messy. Maybe not then. The idea is when you look at the edge, you sort of see. Yeah, actually, I think I'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Yo. Nalusaka, thank you for another donation. I need to be more specific. I meant you place your actual player head on top of the copper golem. The statue of the hitbox is on... Oh, I got you now. I got you. I am with you. 100%. 100%. Let's try that. Like, all I just want to achieve is, yeah, like, you look through the gap and you just see black. That's kind of what I was going for, so that works. I do actually need, like, a way to get around here. Oh, you like the music, by the sounds of it, McKenneth? Yeah, listen to some classic Lord Leviticus today. This music is, like, deeply ingrained to the amount of hours you spent listening to it on these streams. Did I craft up those hoppers? Right, so what we need is a player head and a statue. Also, I'm not sure if I'm like building this in the correct order or not. I haven't really thought about that. It's just kind of occurred to me. This isn't the way I built it last time. At least I don't think it is. By the way, we've got over 1,000 peeps tuned in today. Thank you everyone for coming by. Be sure to hit the follow button. Make sure you're following. Catch more Hermitcraft streams. Next stream is MCC on Saturday evening, and then Hermitcraft on Sunday morning. So, yeah, and then I might take a few days off. I was trying to tell myself not to stream as much. I think I've just had a few things pop up which I forgot about. I kind of want to stream maybe a bit more spontaneously and when it feels like it's right, which is why I'm streaming right now, because it just hit me. That's what I want to do right now. Yeah, I'm just trying to put less pressure on myself as a content creator. Just be a bit more organic, I think, is the approach. What am I looking for again? Player head, that was it. And we just... Well, we could use a witch head, right? So... And then I don't think I've actually got a copper statue over here. Oh, where are we going to get a copper statue from, you know? Like, we need to find a golem. And it needs to be aged. And then you have to wait for it. Yeah, we're going to get one of those copper statues from. Okay. That's interesting. Let's line you up better than that. Yo, Cozy GG. Thank you for 3 months of support, my dude. Thanks for subscribing. That's an interesting... Ooh. So 2 of the poses, they kind of line up pretty strong. That one, not so much. Although, if that's what you're going for. Like, if that were a copper golem head... Which you can get by killing these things. Obviously, I haven't killed any, right? Right? I don't think I've killed any. Wait, always click options. Oh! Shh. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything, people. You saw nothing at all. Well, let's just head out of here. Let's just to pretend, yeah, just I'll make a little note, edit the statistic files later on. That's fine. Okay. Right. Let's get back to building. What's the best order for doing this? This is like a free cam moment for me, because it's like, do I want to walk all the way around there? I just want to look at some technical stuff from different angles and whatnot. So, if we jump on the chests and place barrels, they'll be the right way. Hoppers on top. I don't think it's too complicated, honestly. I don't think it's too complicated. It's like... There was... Yeah, no, I think that's enough hoppers. It's barrels that we want. Oh, I'm forever looking in chests. I'm forever looking in chests. Okay, we've got plenty of slabs, and then we'll grab some of that. Who are online on the server? All of these peeps are online. Joe is streaming as well. If you want to bounce, feel free to do the off. Go watch Joe instead. I don't mind. Yeah, then we want some blackstone stairs at the... that's not blackstone, is it? That's deep slate. Okay, do that. Oh yeah, chains. Oh, chat, what do you like? What do you like? Do you think we should have green bits across the front, or like... Okay, let's stop for a second. So, copper, exposed... Weathered and oxidized. Exposed, weathered, oxidized. So do you want copper or exposed at the front? And that's weathered, isn't it? Dang it, I wish that just felt more intuitive to name them. You like the green chains? Yeah, you see, I'm thinking of having green copper golems behind them, and then you get less contrast. I think I'm going to end up going green there, and chains in front. End rods. Autumn. Unfortunately, they give off light, which messes up the lighting in this area. You like purple, but that won't help you, will it? There isn't any purple block that's that shape, though. Milk the Moose, I did. Yeah, I offered Tango to build him a storage system. Any hermit that wants a storage system with golems and stuff, I'll help build it. I feel like this one over here is going to be the, like, powerful and easy to set up one. You just have to remember that whole leave an item in thing, and then you're good. Anyway, I'm going to go with chains, but it was interesting to hear what y'all would say. Okay, so chains are made... I mean, I know I've got some in here, but chains are made out of these things. No, that... Oh, yeah. You absolute dingus dongus. Did you see what I just did? I just put my precious iron in there. Because it's sort of near the crafting bench. Oh my god, it's almost like I'm multitasking. It's like I'm distracted by... Like, it's like I'm talking to someone while I'm doing this, you know what I mean? And I'm getting distracted, and I can't concentrate 100%. I mean, what is wrong with me, eh? And barrels. Barrels was next. Interesting how that thing... Oh, I never designed this thing to be aligned for side by side like this. That kind of wasn't a consideration, I guess. That's curious. I think I'm gonna have to temporarily stop that one over there from coming here. So that means we can get rid of it. That should have bamboo in it. That's the only items I sent through that weren't on the filter thing. So I wanted to check that one first. Oh, this might be kind of challenging. Salt WT, thank you for the Prime subscription, my dude. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to skip standing. I've been sat for too long. My bum is all numb. Let's stand and think. You're on audio only, so I can't see anything you do. Well then, let me bring you into this world a little closer now. We are staring at a storage system. It has been put side by side, and I've now realized that I designed this to go around a corner and to not be particularly side by side. So we are now challenged with a very difficult dilemma, I think. Yeah, because... Wait a minute, that block didn't replace the... Oh wait, what? No, it did. Okay. I'm looking at the height here, all kind of wrong. So, this is going to be tricky. Oh no, this can't be one of those not possible moments. And it actually, it kind of looks like you need to like double up the width or something. Which, probably not the worst thing actually if I just double that up. Or maybe do like 3 blocks. Oh gosh. Renatus MC, thank you for subscribing, my dude. Appreciate it ever so much. Do I think standing desks are worth it? Loves the animation. I don't even remember pressing the button. I'll press it again. Like maybe that was just autopilot. Standing desk changed my life. Okay. Here's a few things that changed my life, right? When you're young, when you're in your 20s, in your teens, you don't have to worry about this stuff. Your body's like fresh, it's brand new. You start getting a little bit older and you got to take care of yourself. Things that did it for me when I started getting back pains and issues. Learning to stretch. Learning some yoga poses. That's amazing. Taking regular breaks from the computer. You know, every hour, just get away from it for 5 minutes. Great habit. Changing your posture is good. Now, if you want to go like next level on that, standing desk, standing at the computer, learning to stand for longer, really good for you. Sorts out a lot of problems with your posture, as long as you stand, you know, and you're not hunching. Yeah, I used to be someone who sat a lot, and then I would go to festivals, and like, my back would ache, and my hips would feel awkward, and it's like, that prompts you to like, oh, I'm just going to sit down. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to sit down. You want to like be more active and sort your posture out and stuff. I don't use a standing mat for my feet, and I'm barefoot, so like I don't need that. I do actually have one, and I used to use it initially, but when I got rid of soles, I stopped using it. Funny enough. I'm convincing you to get a standing desk when you're disabled. I mean, I don't know what condition you're in, but if you're in a wheelchair, it's probably not the right thing, right? But like the principle is true for everyone. So if you are disabled, it's like, where is the boundary between what you can and can't actually do? Because like I said a moment ago, you get achy at a festival standing for too long. You think the solution is just to sit. The more you sit, the more you add to the problem. Now I spend most of the day like stood or moving about, and sitting is only like 2 or 3 hours tops. Maybe a bit more because I sit when I eat food, but yeah. I'm half wondering. No, I really think there isn't a way to do this, because this space right here, it needs both a regular copper chest and a chest like this, and that will mess with both golems on either side. So we have to push everything back 2 blocks, and that's just how it goes sometimes. Just makes the room a little bit bigger, unfortunately. So we're 1 hour in, and now we're tearing things down. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes, people. That's okay. That's okay. What we need to redo is the lighting because of that. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. This looks too complex for your dumb brain, says Silk Song. First of all, don't call yourself dumb. This might have a degree of complexity to it, but complexity is often understood by breaking things down into smaller concepts. So, like, there's some parts of this that you understand, right? Like, you understand that the chests are here to store our items, and you probably understand that hoppers will push items into the chests. So, you know, that bit's sorted out. Now it's about what's going on behind them, right? Let me get this correct. This right here, that would actually be slabs there. So now it was, okay, I'm gonna free cam it. 1 2 2 1. Oh, and then I need a power source for it again. Complaints. I have complaints. 2 2 1. Yeah, that lines up. So next thing is like what's going on behind here. I'm gonna free cam it. Bunch of redstone. Oh, what does that do? Well, this is a very common redstone circuit. It's just an item filter. It's an item filter because it locks the hopper in front of it. We can see that because the hopper is locked. Now, when it unlocks is when there's more items in a chest. How does it do that? Well, comparators read the contents of chests. So, number of items in chest goes up, signal strength increases, and then this turns on, which turns off the torch and unlocks the hopper. Now, golems always put items in at the beginning of a chest, even if the same item is already in there. So they will put stone into this position here, and it will then drain out because of the redstone that I just showed you. And that's kind of it. Like, the copper golems are at the front. They put items into the chests above them because they're the only ones they can look at, right? It's not that difficult. It's really quite simple. Yo, Lindsay1505, thank you for the Prime subscription. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you want to join the server, join our Discord server, Minecraft server, just ask in chat, they'll point you in the right direction. Speaking of which, I think it's probably not a bad time to put a little spotlight on the server. So what we do now is we take just a couple of minutes to go showcase the awesome community that we have here. When we come back, I guess we're moving everything over by 2 blocks because of that issue. And yeah, maybe by the end of this stream, this thing will be done. I don't know. It's kind of feeling like probably not now. But let's take a little brain break, I guess. We are going over to... I think this is 2 people playing together, if I've understood correctly. That Jared and M. Kadesh have built a massive monolith, appeared out of... Well, I don't know that they built this. This is the description. A massive monolith appeared out of thin air over a damn city. The monolith provided life to the flora in the city, causing the city to be overgrown. The city is abandoned now due to the fear of the large monolith. But those who venture to the top of the structure will find a pool of water said to bring those who come to it with youth and life. I think M. Kadesh might actually be like the name of the place. Let's delete that. Yeah. Okay. So I gotta put the teleport on my clipboard here. There we go. By the way, that was my base which had been pranked, and this is... Oh my... For goodness sake, why do they keep taking me to places that break my brain? Okay, last time we had a ridiculous netherite tree, and today we... Whoa, that's just a bonkers structure right there. I feel like I actually want to, like, elytra this. Do I have wings, I just need a firework rocket. I got that. Oh, fuck. I forgot I put that mod on. Oh boy. Jeez. This is awful. Oh my god, I put on this mod and it was for later on in the season. And oh no, I'm so not going to like that. That's coming off. Oh, that's awful. God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Oh shoot. Oh. Okay, I'm not using that mod. This is awful. Oh god, that is... Oh, it's such sticky movement. Maybe if you're watching it's not so bad, but that is really sticky feeling. Oh, that's awful. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to stop. That was going to be a surprise for Hermitcraft. It's no longer a surprise. Here's the monolith that they've built. Let's whiz around like this for a second. I know it's better to see stuff in survival, but we only have a few minutes here before we get back to the Hermitcraft stream. Oh, I think that door might be broken. Yo, this place looks cryptic. Don't tell me, am I going to be like inside this monolith heading up? There's probably like a lot of crazy cool stuff inside of here. Let's go this mode. Is there? No, it's like a crazy big jumble. Maybe there's something at the top. Anyway, super cool build. It's kind of empty. I think there might be more down below. Very different though. This is actually similar to an idea that I had for this season when I was rummaging through lots of ideas and the build up to it, was to build monoliths around the server and like hide farms and contraptions in them and like give them a bunch of like cryptic writings and do a bunch of like mystic looking stuff with it. But then I kind of found my way to these other ideas. Yeah, there's a bunch of redstone farms here. Very cryptic base though. I like it. It's got a mystique about it. Very cool stuff. That is that Jared's base on the Let's Play Minecraft Together server. As I mentioned earlier, any type of subscription here on Twitch will get you access to it. That's gifted. That's Amazon Prime. That's regular. Autumn says, now I imagine X puts his ideas in a big box and rummages through it every now and then. You know what? I sort of put them in a box by keeping track of my ideas, but I tend to not revisit too much. I tend to, like, when I move on from a season, like, the list of ideas that I had throughout the season is still there. I tend to not go back to them. So there is, like, document after document of stuff from, like, this season to that season. I think the problem is, like, ideas get stale even if they're good ideas. If you don't act quick on an idea, it tends to kind of like lose its potency with time. That looks kind of cool. It gives us an opportunity to put some like barrels, a crafting bench. I'm going to put that there now. And like grindstone, or not grindstone, but stone cutter. Like we get the opportunity to do stuff like that in the middle here. I can make it out of this. Lucky me. Alright, and then these blocks would be these. And you're not going to be there anymore. Oh, well, I'm down here now. Let's see. There, back to the tiles. Oh, I haven't lit up the lamps, though. Oh, gotta light up the lamps. Okay, I'll put that there. Every invention is just a remix of a previous idea, says Enderdan. That is so true. That is so true. Yo, Tyler PR 1997. Coming in for 13 months. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream, man. Thanks for the support. Becca says there are some incredible builds on LPMT, but don't let them intimidate you. If you're not a builder, the peeps on there are incredible too. Yeah, it's more than just builds on the server, right? More than just that. I think I'm going to put a couple of these bits in place. Whoops. So I can start to visualize the transfer. So, how did we do it before? I think it might be kind of easy now. Kind of easy. Just got to grab the right bits. Like I need hoppers still, we got them. I need chests, we got those. And then we need a copper chest, I guess. I do have that type. So look at the position there. It's one block higher, and then there it's there. I'm gonna free cam that to double check, so I don't have to go tear a bunch of blocks up. It is just one over, right? That's good. That's good. It's the 10th one in the row. So we do something like this into that position. So let's put this thing where it's gonna go, which is like here. And then a hopper and 2 chests. It's kind of done it. It's kind of figured it out for us, isn't it? We want that there with horrible sound effects. This below it, and that's that. Yeah. I do need to like block its access. Again, I'm going to be using, I think I'm going to use free cam a fair bit here because we're getting really finicky with where stuff is. So here it's just a space you walk into. I seem to recall doing something like that somewhere, but apparently I didn't. So this is going to be a space you walk into. I could put a trapdoor there to kind of cover the hopper, but it doesn't really matter much. Don't really matter much at all. Right, okay, so we've got that. Again, free cam. Yeah, those go all the way over into the gap. That's really good to know. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted to do here. And we can do that. Cool. You're actually hoping on becoming a Minecraft YouTuber, not an ad. Mainly because I haven't made a channel yet or don't have a gaming PC, but I was wondering tips. Don't need to give them if you don't want to. I'll give you tips, my dude. Look, here's what I think you should do. Forget a gaming PC. Just start making content. Right? There's so much you're going to learn by doing. No one can give you all the answers, but the biggest thing is, like, are you going to enjoy this, right? A lot of kids these days, they say, I want to be a YouTuber, and I don't think they really know what that means. They just see numbers, and it's like, it's like a big deal to them, whereas being a YouTuber is different from looking at a YouTube channel and thinking it's all breezy. All right. Being a YouTuber is kind of like being a little bit mad if you play the YouTube game. So you have to be very passionate about what you want to do. I think the fact that you want to give it a try is fantastic, and you absolutely should give it a try. You got nothing to lose. But, you know, you need to find out if it's for you and if you've got something to share with the world, you know? You might try it and find out it's not for you. And that's when it's great to learn that you didn't, you know, spend loads of money on a top-end PC and, you know, fancy microphone and stuff. Like, I believe a lot of the value in doing content creation comes from you, the person. If you're a creative content creator, there are some types of content creators out there that are like grinding YouTube algorithms and automating content and doing stuff like that, which is something I can't really speak to because it's a little bit soulless to me. But coming from someone in a creative space where we do creative things together, if you've got that in you, if you've got a little creative streak and you want to share it with the world, go for it, absolutely. But you know, that should be the reason you want to do it, to share that. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. There's so many little distractions. It's like, I sort of wander around and then like look at something that needs doing and then wander back to go get the item for it, and then you're like distracted by something else. So like, for example, you know, my stream quality is really good. We've got a nice microphone. I really feel like a lot of my content, the value of it doesn't come from that stuff. But, you know, now that I'm a professional, let's get that stuff right. Let's get it decent, you know? Don't get bogged down by the numbers game if you want to be a creator, says Becky. Yep. And YouTuber puts so much more of an emphasis on that than they ever used to. It's crazy. It's one of the things I've gotten really sick of lately. Is just how much it's sort of like put in front of you all the time. How is my webcam? It's still broken, dude. We'll bring back the webcam for streams real soon, my dude. I know it's been a minute, but it's still broken, that webcam. So, what did I want again? Just I looked at something, got distracted, can't remember. I'm not a multitasker. Like, I need barrels now? Hoppers? Yeah, it's annoying and they rank your videos out of 10, says Blooming. Yep. Though, like, it's interesting, though, because if I go back and look at, like, old videos, and I remember what it was like publishing them and seeing the views go up and stuff, it was always like a good experience. And I'm not sure if it was like that just got old, but I kind of feel like it's when YouTube made those numbers more and more obvious and ranked them and stuff, you sort of lost the appreciation of the fact that people were watching a bit because YouTube was putting a negative spin on it. I made a couple of videos recently. They were a bit more old school. They're a bit like how I used to do it. Hey, I got this thing I want to share. And like, I put them out there and they may not get the same sort of views my other stuff did, but I was like, hang on a minute. Like, I remember when I was absolutely chuffed to get this many views on a video. Like, what happened? So I'm going to keep making those videos whenever they cross my path. I'll be like, screw you, YouTube. Thanks for everything. Pizza, yeah. Pizza was not one of the videos I was thinking of. That one performed very well. But that was a passion project, and it had no value attached to it in terms of whatever happened on YouTube. It was pure, can I get this video to be the video that I want? And then people watch it. And you know, like there is a component of it that's like, will it go semi-viral or something? It definitely went around the Hermitcraft community a little bit, but you know, the pizza combo is good. It's not exactly like, I don't know, like it's so good that like everyone has to eat it now or something. You know, it's just a good combo. And I think you can see that kind of spread through the community a little bit because it was pretty decent. But you know, it's probably not going to go much further than that. But it's fine. You know, now that I've made it, one day, like I said, one day if I go into a restaurant and there's buffalo pesto on the menu, I'm like, it worked. That's all it has to do. That's all it has to do now. You wouldn't mind more food content. For me, it's not about making more food content. It's about giving myself the freedom to have an idea and roll with it. Right? Even if it's not a Minecraft thing. So, if anything from me, you may just see the occasional different type of video. I'm half thinking about making a guitar video, like just show off my guitar collection, but I'm gonna let that idea like noodle a little bit more. Gonna let it sit in the mind for a bit longer. And once it's done that... Is that right? I feel like I'm missing something here. I think it is right. This, again, we talked about inventory management. Can you see what I mean? Can you see what I mean? It just gets foul so quickly. And then there's that. That's another downside of this storage system with the copper golems. I don't think the copper golems really suit doing super technical systems. I think they suit like ones like this one over here, the sort of fast and quick to put together, because they have like these downsides that your big technical ones already take care of. So it feels a bit weird using it sometimes. Okay, now I need to go grab those blocks again. Minecraft really needs a sort button. I agree, I agree. Easy win for Mojang if they just took care of this stuff. These are super helpful tips. I've been learning how to stream, but making YouTube videos has been intimidating, says Cozy GG. Just do it. Just learn by doing, you know? Just go for it. See what happens. That's why, you know, that's why I was saying don't go invest in all this equipment and stuff, because a lot of what you actually need doesn't come from equipment, right? It really doesn't. It comes from you. Like, let's put it this way, like, a lot of you probably love Mumbo and Graham. They're the most popular on the server, right? Would you still watch their videos if Mumbo's microphone weren't as good and Grian's videos were in 720p and a little bit stuttery, maybe? Like, answer yourself that question. Yo, Time Lord 255. Oh, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you so much. See, look at. I'll let chat just look at chat. I'm not even gonna reply, because you're all saying it just makes so much sense, right? So now, if you are an aspiring content creator, that's what you need to know right there. Yeah, it don't really have that much to do. If the sound quality is bad, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm not saying bad. I'm just saying not as good. Like, these days, it's like your basic microphone will get you a long way. Yeah, and the value is in what you do. The other thing is, if you are getting started on YouTube, one of the ways to get started that generally probably helps people get off the ground more than other types of content is like what they call evergreen, or like tutorials, things that are people come looking for and you have the answer for. And if they find you through the search engine, then they watch your video for an answer. And that's your opportunity to get someone thinking, hey, I like this person, or, you know, that was really well done. Maybe you give them the answer and not a lot of other reasons to stick around, and it's like they got what they want and they leave. But if your content is interesting enough, they might stick around. Now, I've watched a lot of videos like that, and sometimes the quality being bad impacts it, affects it, or whatever. But a lot of the time, if someone's really smart and they do some cool stuff, you tend to not really actually bother that much about, okay, their microphone doesn't sound that good, but you know, look what they're doing. This is awesome. They've come up with some super cool contraption or something, right? So, hi X, been watching since season 2 of Hermitcraft. Long time fan. Home with a newborn, so the stream came at a great time while she naps. Time Lord, man, congrats. Thank you again for using the Prime. Thanks for sticking around for 12 years. Congrats on the baby. Time Lord, your message feels very aptly timed because there is something on my mind. I got a message today, and you will know, Enderdam will know, also a Season 2. I got a comment today, and I read the comment before I read who it was from. And it was something like, yo man, I haven't heard your voice in 12 years. That's crazy. You sound different. How you doing? Something like that. And I had this like gut feeling to reply. Like I read a lot of comments and just continue scrolling. Something made me feel like I needed to reply. And when I saw who it was from, okay, it was from Red Eyes. It was from Red Eyes, who has just been off the internet for 12 years. And I was like, yo, Red Eyes is alive. You know, like, because when people just drop off the internet, there's this thought in the back of your mind. It's like, oh, maybe they died or something, you know. So good news, Red Eyes is alive, and I'm going to try and establish a line of contact and say hello and stuff. That's so cool to know that Red Eyes is alive. Hope they're doing well, of course. And yeah, just crazy, just out of nowhere. And then some of you in chat remember Red Eyes. That's awesome. Red Eyes is an original hermit, an OG, and I think he sort of disappeared, dropped off the radar in Season 2, and just hasn't been seen since. Someone told me you were dead. Really? Oh my god. Oh, maybe I am. I could just be. This could be AI. This could be AI Xisuma living on. You know. I'm immortal now, thanks to technology. Okay, let's go and put in the chains. I've got a horrible feeling I haven't built this in the correct order, but we'll find out, I guess. We'll find out. I might be ripping some stuff out to put in some other... For goodness sake. For goodness sake. X is an AI with bare feet. I'm an AI with feet. That's what's interesting. I don't think the last one has. Or should it have? That one's got a slab. Wait a minute. So it could... Yeah, I should probably put something in there. I think glow liking might prevent them from turning into statues. I've been waxing them, by the way, and I swear some of them become unwaxed, but I could be imagining things. Okay, so we're gonna do that there. We need to fix the one on the opposite side. This is where I could get easily distracted again, but we'll try and stay on track. So I need to get in here and put 1 and 2. Oh, no. There's like a gap there. It's going to run away, isn't it? Oh, don't run away, little guy. Don't run. Okay, I'll just do that. I'll just do that. I need to grow some more of this. I need to grow some more. Will you ever do mild lore stuff? I mean, I've done mild lore in the past. I went pretty hard on it with Season 8 of Hermitcraft. It's just not something I naturally gravitate towards. Yeah, I don't know why. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of creating fantasy worlds and lore and all this, but it's just not me. Like, there's not a lot... I mean, I can do it if I put my mind to it, right? But I think you're better off just doing things that, like, come naturally. Which is what I'm doing this season. I've just found things that feel very natural and interesting to me and decided, okay, so like it's very easy on YouTube as a creator to like see other people's successes and then feel like you need to go in that direction too. So it's very easy for me to watch someone else's videos and like see what they're doing through a content creator's eyes, because you can kind of like understand it and, you know, probably do something similar yourself. And that's just not helpful. Like, you're not helping yourself if you're doing that. You need to get away from that. You need to be you. You know? So, like, that's what I'm doing this season. I'm just sticking with these inspiring ideas that came from me. And they're not, you know, because I felt that pressure. I felt that pressure, like, oh, I got to do lore, because lore's, like, a big thing now, right? And, I did that in Season 8. I went pretty hard on it. I'm glad I did it, but, like, it's not really me. I just noticed something. I'm going to free cam it again. I've left these open. Now, when you're down below looking up, you don't really see that. I might not put anything here for now. It might be that putting a different color here adds a tiny bit of flair to the room. There's a curious thought. That is a curious thought. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then you'll see behind the hopper, so we'll have that there for now. I think on top of that, on the other area I did this, so that will go there. And then we got to put in all these other chests. Now I need more chests. Ads, support your local streamer. Twitch be doing the ads. Yo, we got My Mum's Challenger subscribing. Thank you for the prime. And Astellian's here for 84. 84 times of finding that sub button. Did I keep moving it about? Thank you, Astellian. Appreciate it. Oh, look at this. I got to break these blocks. I got to break these blocks. Right, then stay on track. We just got to craft more chest. And we'll do that with these ones over here. Man, that hissing. There's like a cave round here that needs lighting up. Quit your hissing. You said in the video that you didn't have slime for leads. Yeah, I forgot they changed the recipe. Yeah, you have to do stuff in survival to really learn it. Like the creative exploration of snapshots is good and everything, but it's not until I go into survival that I really start to learn what I need to know. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and have that then lead down into here. So we don't really need to go any further than that for now. There will be a hopper here, and it will point into something which will one day be a dropper. I think one day it'll be a dropper. For now, that's the end of the storage system, so that all works. Probably want to put in a few more blocks here, eventually. Or maybe right now, like there, and then there. And that's all the aesthetic done. You know what? I still haven't built the redstone over the back here. It's just the item filtering to do now. We'll keep that there. This torch is ruining my ambiance. Wow, that feels like it's screaming for a light source. I'll leave the space empty for now. You broke your back! Dude, that is the worst. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yikes. That's rough. Frog lights, they're going to be too bright, my dude. Too bright. Remember, ambiance? Ambiance. Okay. Okay, what's next, chat? What's next? I like that. That one there won't stay there, though, will it? Just the one. Oxidized copper bulbs? Oh, right, for the gap. Yeah, we'll come back to the gap later. It's like the focus right now is getting this thing up and running. Well, I just said what I need to do next, so let's do it. Ah, Becca, thank you so much for your generosity. No, that's the wrong button. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well done, X. Mere T1, you've been gifted a sub. I'm sure it doesn't help, but if you're out of action while you broke your back, having a sub gives you access to Let's Play Minecraft Together server. So if you want to join, ask in chat, they'll hook you off. You fell off a horse. Dang. But the pain is not bad. Only some paracetamol and naproxen. Stuck in bed, though. Dude, I have no idea if naproxen is one of those addictive ones, but dude, painkillers can be addictive, so like do some research. Just watch yourself for that stuff. Like, make sure you're in the know. Not that I really know, because I haven't really had any experience with painkillers, but it's like a common thing to hear how addictive they are. So I just thought, hey, if it didn't cross your mind, might be a good thing just to think about. Have I seen the news about the Steam Machine X? Yeah, I watched the Steam announcement video before I did the stream. Really cool stuff. I like Steam. Half tempted to get a bit of that stuff, but I really don't need any of it. I was thinking about getting a PlayStation 5 next year to play GTA, and then it's like, and that's all I'm going to ever use that for. Like, it'll be a DVD player. I've already got a PlayStation 4, you know, Blu-ray or whatever, but like, am I really going to buy a PlayStation for one game? And it kind of feels like, yeah, is the answer. Like, I think I waited quite a long time to play GTA 4. Or maybe I didn't. I can't remember. Those games are just so far and few between that I really feel like I just want to play it, you know? Yeah, so maybe I will get a PlayStation 5 just to play GTA. You're going to wait. Good for you if you can wait. Like, maybe when I get a little closer to it, I'll be like, do you know what? I don't actually need to play this game this minute, but I've kind of been excited for it for a long time. I mean, I was excited for 5 as well. They're really great games. Especially for kids. Well, but yeah, I don't know, I've been thinking about it. Like, I think I might get one. Just to play GTA. Then I'll probably hate myself after, because I'll play it for like 2 weeks and be like, right, this is too much gaming. You gotta get back on it. Do some work, son. PS6 before GTA 6, probably. No way, no way. The GTA 6 is May of next year, and the PlayStation 6 hasn't even been announced. And like, when they announce the PlayStation 6, it will probably be a year away. You're playing GTA on your PS2. Awesome, man. Doing the old school. Dude, San Andreas was my absolute favorite of those games. That was just some peak stuff. Do I have smooth stone in here? I probably do. There we go. That's what I need. Initial release date 19th of November. Oh! Shoot! Well, if it's been pushed back to November, I don't really have to think about it too much then, do I? Like, I don't really have to think about it too much if it's in May, but definitely not if it's December now, I guess. Huh. Well, yeah, just wait longer and see what it's like closer to that time. I heard this story about Rockstar firing employees for gross misconduct, and the gross misconduct was that they were forming a union, which is very dodge. I'm kind of pro union, but like, I've been inside a taxpayer funded workplace and seen horrendous waste. And so in my mind, it's always like government jobs or private jobs. Like, there's no like, this will always be the one that's the best or whatever. Like, it's just, it depends on how it's set up and who's involved and what they're doing to keep on top of things. You know, I've worked in a private company that was really poorly run as well before. So like, I'm not the sort of person to paint stuff black and white. And I'm mostly pro-union, and there will probably be, you know, some horror stories out there about unions doing bad things, and there'll be horror stories out there about, you know, regular companies doing bad things. Anyway, you know, so I heard about this this thing with Rockstar firing these people right as they're trying to start a union. And the first thing I thought is, will this stop me buying GTA 6? No, probably not. And like, that is the moral part of my brain kicking in. And then just being honest. I'm like, some things are easier to boycott than others, right? Sometimes it's simple. Like, if there was some reason to boycott Monster Energy drinks, I'm already there. I'm already boycotting them. I ain't gonna consume that rubbish. I care for my body. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna pretend that I've got like perfect values or morals or anything like that. I try to do my best, but you know, I'm also only human. And that was just amused me that that's the first. I would just remind myself immediately that, you know. Wait. Come on, you just hating to hate at this point. This is Absolute Rich. If anything, I'm like hating on myself. I'm just pointing out that like I'm not gonna make up some excuses to say that like you know, what Rockstar did was wrong, but it's okay, I'll buy GTA. I'm happy to say, yeah, that sounds dodgy, that don't seem right. Sad reality is I'm probably still gonna buy that game. Right? That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna pretend I'm on some high moral ground about it. I don't do that. We're all humans, that's why not all unions are good and not all companies are bad. And vice versa. We're all aliens, not all unions are bad and not all companies are good. X cancelled. I think the whole cancel culture thing has like gone away. Although this is a whole other topic, like to do with maybe like with algorithms and stuff. Like I remember 2015, 2016, there was a lot of like this woke thing going around, and I don't like categorizing stuff much, because sometimes, you know, some of it's like, yeah, it's a good idea, and some of it's not a good idea. Like a lot of things in life are like that. It's not cut and dry. You got to take each thing as it comes. But that stuff, it feels like I don't see any of that anymore. What I now see is like a lot of hate towards the woke cancel culture thing, but I'm like not seeing any of it at the same time. And I don't know if that's like an algorithm thing, like maybe I'm just not being exposed to that content anymore. Back in 2015, 16, I did used to watch a lot of like drama, he says, she says content. I say a lot, not a lot, but like I watched some, and it like brought me into that, you know, sphere of like whatever's woke and who's being cancelled. But these days, it's like I see zero of that, but I see a lot of people being angry about it. Getting cancelled is just a speed bump in your internet career nowadays, says Dan, or a bump, or it's a great starting point. Yo, Nuance One, thank you for the subscription, my dude. Appreciate using the Prime. Any plans for mini games? Yeah, we're gonna have mini games later in the season for sure. I've already built a couple. Nowadays, I've been cancelled is something I associate more with racist or transphobe bigots who talk on the biggest stages there are. I've definitely seen a few of those kind of, you get called out for doing something wrong, and now you just drift into this lane of being like, cancel culture's gone mad, and it's like, whatever. Cancel culture started fair enough, then it became just cancel whoever for literally whatever. I can't go into the details and summarize it up like that. It had some ugly moments, it had some moments that seemed pretty valid, you know, but either way, right now it just feels like there's a big swing in the other direction. It's like this tends to be quite common. If you look at history, you see these swings between values. And I think we're just going through quite a big swing from like, you know, this way to that way, and then it will probably swing the other direction in the future again. Just seems to be how we do things. I got cancelled and YouTube is like, here, have some views, says Sebastian. Yeah, well, the thing with that is, when you say YouTube says, here, have some views, you know, there's a lot of this, like, creators talk about the algorithm, right? I'm sure y'all have seen this, you know, the algorithm this, the algorithm this. I think the algorithm is more a reflection of what we choose to watch. There's some feedback loops and there's some, you know, incentives woven in there that make content a certain way. But I think the reality is a lot of the time, like, we're just hesitant to admit that we're sort of drawn to, like, lowbrow content, like drama and stuff a lot, right? And so, you know, you'll see the occasional video about a content creator saying like, the videos are being suppressed or whatever, and it's like, maybe people just don't want to watch what you put out. Like, and it's as simple as that. It just didn't draw as many people's eyeballs. Like, and that's fine. But you get these big rants about how YouTube changed something and now views are down, and it's... Yeah, they can definitely tweak an algorithm behind the scenes and affect things in that kind of way, but that doesn't mean what it is all the time. Right, it's good that I'm setting up this little bit here, but I'm not actually sure. Is there much more to do with this one? I think that one might kind of be ready to go. So maybe we're on the right track here. Yo, we still got time. We still got time. I feel like time has gone fast today, but I would have guessed we were at the 2-hour mark. We've got another half hour. That's awesome. Sweet Sunny Dream says, it's true what you said, though. A lot of people never have been on my timeline or whatever until they get cancelled. Never heard of them before, never watched them. All of a sudden they get pushed. Yeah, that might be like the crowd effect. Again, like, it's like, think of it like, not that they're getting pushed by the algorithm, but that the act of being cancelled gets you interested. Maybe not you personally. Maybe you see it and then just, you know, don't pay attention. But like, if you've ever tuned into one of those videos, you're sending that algorithm a signal that you want to see this type of content. I get content on my feed like that, and I'd be honest with myself, and I'm like, the reason that I see this is because every now and then I do tune in, and it's more out of like some intrigue, and then I'm like, oh, it's the same old thing, and then I stop watching or whatever. But like, I do have that, like, I'm drawn to that thing that I know isn't great, you know? Like, there's a phrase here about watching something ugly or whatever, right? So there is content on my feed that YouTube recommends me, and if a friend were to look at it and be like, you like this? And it's like, it's not that I like that, I just tune in because I'm like, you know, something awful's happening over there, and I kind of want to know what the latest is about it, right? There's a few things like that. I'm always in a battle to try and consume that less and less, though. Less and less. Content on my feed. I'm saying feed, not feet, people. I'm saying feed. So don't be trolling me now. Don't be trolling me. Morbid curiosity. That is a little more specific, but yes, you could. That's a pretty good equation. Yeah, morbid curiosity. And some of it's like concerned. Like, there's a lot of political drama where I'm like, I don't really want this filling up my head, but I sort of tune in to check the temperature, and I'm like, yeah, it's the same old rubbish. You know, that hasn't changed. That kind of thing, right? But I think more of us do that than maybe we care to admit, and that's why we see this stuff. That's why I got cancelled as a big video, because even if you're not into that, I think it grabs people's attention, whether they like it or not. You know? Sweet Sunny Dream, thank you for 7 months. Take that, you stupid ads. Oh yeah, I guess subscribing gets rid of ads, right? Thanks for subscribing, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I kind of need a torch up here, don't I? Or two. Do I like the band Ghost? I absolutely love them. They're awesome. Sunny is actually correct. Yes. I think I just started reading your name the wrong way around or something, right? I mean, that was 2 minutes ago. I've already forgotten what on earth we were talking about. How do I feel about Sleep Token? They're awesome. Good band. I kind of want to... Oh my god, I'm going to make a note. I wanted to go listen to their record again, especially that song Caramel. Like, I tend to just keep listening to new records, and then I was listening to this video about the Grammys and just being reminded of like different records that have come out this year, and I've been meaning to like go back and add them to my playlists. There are definitely people who blame the almighty algorithm for all kinds of stuff, but there is definitely something with the algorithm. Like, I've had a few experiments where someone just watched all shorts as a recommendation, and after a few hours, it was mostly all right stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't take your word for it. I would like to see a bit more about that, and like take it into more like I would need to see how that experiment had unfolded and think about it a little bit, because I don't know, like a lot of stuff like that gets thrown around, and I just think it's all right to hear it, but like if you really want to believe it, I would kind of want to get a bit more in the weeds and have a bit more of an informed opinion. Like the stuff that I'm saying right now, I'm saying it from the perspective of like a content creator inside the system, following, you know, some of YouTube's updates and stuff, and having been around for a while, I feel like there's a bit of worth to my perspective, and it's not, you know, I'm just hearing other people say it. But yeah, but like with the alt-right stuff, you know, a big like alt-right thing happened in the UK here recently. We had this raise the flags thing going on, and I had a very strange experience because the day before, YouTube's algorithm put one of those people's videos into my feed, and that was a really, like, I've never seen this person's content before. Now, why would it pop up in my feed? I have some alt-right type stuff in my recommendations, because when I indulge in some political stuff, I do try and hear it from both sides. You know, I do try and, like, if I'm hearing one side of the story, I also want to go find the other. But this person was like completely off my radar, and the only link I can think of is that I watch a comedian who does this impression of Tommy Robinson, and that might be like a loose connection. But anyway, I watched this thing, and this guy is saying, like, they won't let you raise your England flags. They put the pride flag everywhere, but you're not allowed to raise the British flags. So go out there and put them on the lampposts and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just thinking, like, who's saying you can't raise these flags? I've not heard that before. Like, flying a pride flag isn't offensive to anyone who's outside of that community. Like, why? Where has this come from? Like, I've never seen this. It's so weird, and it got me thinking again. Like, if you're in a more left-leaning community like myself, like, you tend to encounter that sort of people more. The way people talk about people on the other side is like they're mad. And the thing that I think is, like, well, you got to go and consume the type of content they do to understand why they're thinking the way they're thinking. And I experienced a bit of it that I hadn't seen before. And I thought, like, if your worldview is being constructed, as all of ours are, by what you're seeing online, and you see this stuff over and over again, you're going to believe it, right? You're going to end up believing this stuff. You're going to think that, you know, the pride flag is oppressive to you or something. And this is kind of why, like, I like tuning out from the internet and going and touching grass, and just when you're out there, out in, you know, normal society, you don't see any of this crazy stuff that they're talking about online. Divide and conquer, says Becca. I'm not going to equate it to like some sort of behind the scenes, someone's pulling the strings, but yeah, divide and conquer very much. Like, you could definitely add that to the picture. But to see it, because I tend to follow more American political stuff than English. To see that just really, like, it's quite shocking. It was like, wow, this is just not, we're not sharing the same reality. And that to me is the broader concern, is like, and now I kind of understand, like, why you're doing this, but, like, I'm just not experiencing the world the same way right here. I'm just not. Yeah, it frustrates you when people refer to those with opposite opinions as dumb. It only furthers the divide. 100% with you, 100% with you. That's why, like, if someone comes out with this kind of, like, you know, we got to raise the flags because the pride flags are oppressive or whatever, I'm not going to say that's dumb. I'm going to say you've built that opinion out of seeing particular types of content. And a lot of it, with the algorithms, a lot of this content is like circular. It's like a feedback loop between people, you know, because remember, more and more people have access to creating content now. So if you're inside this kind of like feedback loop of seeing the world that way, you can hop on as well. You can make content, and then someone else watches yours, and you know, you might if you're into podcasts and stuff, you might occasionally hear ideas that you've actually heard somewhere else before. And I've noticed you can see ideas trickle through like the ecosystem of podcasts and get talked about like they're truth. And like if you've seen an origin of an idea somewhere else and then hear it pop up somewhere else, it kind of reminds you that a lot of these people are talking about stuff like it's factual, but they're actually just getting it from other podcasts that they listen to. So you've got loads of people in like these little circular feedback, like rotating the same ideas, and it's very easy to get sucked into one of those and just see the world that way. So when someone has what seems to be a bit of a bizarre extreme opinion or whatever, like maybe not rush to just call them mad or whatever, but just understand like there's an ecosystem behind creating that kind of way of looking at it. And yeah, maybe you know, try and understand it a little more. You don't have to agree with it at all. Oh dang it, I forgot the saplings. The hardest thing to deal with is tolerance for all only means tolerance for like-minded people. That goes completely counter to the all part of tolerance for all. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like when they, you know, you want to cancel people that how is it like it's I don't think I can wait, where am I going? I don't think I can formulate this articulately enough. But essentially, it's like it's the whole anti-fascist thing, right? So fascists want to take away your freedom of speech. So then you say take away the freedom of speech from the fascists. That just means you're doing the same thing they want to do. Yeah, it is definitely paradoxical. It's definitely got an element of paradoxical to it. But for me, it's like I think you have to just tolerate all forms of speech, even when they're hateful. Doesn't mean I like agree with what they're saying or that I think it's okay. I just think if you start to censor it, then you have to put someone in charge of that censorship, and then you're creating a very dangerous power. Yo, Raverly, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate it, my dude. Thanks so much for the support. Both sides are becoming more radicalized, though, says Dumpy Conqueror. Does feel like it, yeah. Does feel like it. And we all know it's the internet doing it. Does this ever feel like a job to you or just fun? There's been times where it's felt like a job, and there's been times where it's been total fun. I'd say right now it's very much fun. All fun right now. But that's what I'm constantly aiming for, to keep it in that space. And it's a tricky thing because like I'm a very like wired person, like very routine, sort of habit oriented. And so like being a YouTuber is like a routine and a habit for me. So like when I'm not feeling it quite the same way, it's easy for me to just continue. It's not paradoxical when you understand it as a social contract. The social contract is to treat others equally. Once someone has broken a contract, they are no longer protected by the terms of that contract. You know, you make a good argument, and I tend to always come out in the same side over and over again whenever I hear these arguments. But I like that you brought up the social contract, because social contracts are really interesting to me. Like you just go along with norms in society, right? And I think when you're a teenager, maybe you go through that phase of like seeing it as conformity or something like that. But yeah, we have these social contracts that are like there but kind of unwritten, that we go along with, norms and stuff, and they're really great because they help us function as a society and get along. They serve a purpose. But a lot of them are just, you know, you don't even think about it. There are just certain rules and norms, and you kind of get in line, and we all benefit from it. I strongly disagree with you here, X. If society tolerates harmful speech and behaviour is not tolerant, it becomes harmful and intolerant towards those who are harmed by that speech. Of course, it is not easy to draw a line, but there certainly is a place where a line has to be drawn in terms of what can be expressed. I mean, I guess I agree with you, but I kind of believe like we have to live with that harm, if that makes sense. As I think the alternative is more dangerous, which is, it sounds really strange. Like, I think everything you're saying is great, like, and I think amongst very reasonable people, that would be okay, but like, at the large population scale we have, there is a lot of unreasonability that emerges among us, and that stuff becomes very, very challenging to deal with. Especially if you want to, like, put a lid on it, so to speak. You love the Goth South Park episode. If you want to be a non-conformist, all you have to do is listen to the music we do and dressed exactly like us. Yeah, yeah. They're not. I don't think they're the first to make that joke. I remember me and my mates. There was some sort of comedy we used to watch, and then we loved this bit in it about conformity, and we would used to like rattle on to each other about how we're going to conform to a non-conformist lifestyle and stuff like this. And it's just one of those like early teenage philosophy ideas, isn't it? That's funny. Learning about conformity and stuff. It's a lot easier to preach marginalized tolerance when you're not in the to preach tolerance when you're not in the marginalized group. Of course it is, yeah. Of course it is. You know, your experiences are going to shape your opinions. That's why I don't like people in general. They're so mean, says Jesus. Nah, dude. Nah. Nah, brah. Trust. I genuinely think the majority of people are decent and good. And we just unfortunately have a negativity bias. You know? The negative memories stand out stronger than the positive ones. The negative interactions, etc., etc. I mean, people can be mean. And we encounter mean people in our lives. But I do think, like, the majority of people are better. I think humanity is overall a good thing. It's just, it's one of those things where, like, a good analogy is just like, it's easier to break something than it is to make something, right? So, like, if I give you a cup of tea, you can just in one moment smash that and break it, and there you go, you've broken a thing. But then if I went to you, can you make me a cup of tea? And I mean like everything. I mean like hot water from a kettle, electricity, electrical grid. You know, grow plants, make tea leaves, right? Learn how to do ceramic cups. I don't even know where that comes from, right? The making the cup of tea part involves a lot of people cooperating together in a society for the benefit of all of us, right? So that we can have food and water and shelter and all these things. So, like, the effort that goes into a cup of tea on your desk, like, just imagine how many people are behind that. It's not just people, it's like time. You have to build up society to have the infrastructure for different levels of industry and stuff to make it possible to, like, bring all these components together and bring it to you. So, like, we are constantly living with tons of that going on all around us to make miracles like this happen. And, like, now you're looking at a screen of lights, like, and someone from the other side of the world streaming it to you, playing a computer game. Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, imagine you having to do every little thing to make that happen for someone. How many lives would you have to live? How many hours of those lives would you have to do all these different tasks to bring it about to happen? Like, there's so much like positivity that we take for granted around us. Things that just benefit all of us that we don't even think about, like, you know, fresh tap water, running water, heating in your home, electricity. And that all comes from people cooperating and working together. And then it just takes one person to do something horrible to someone, and you know, and now it looks like people are all bad. So there are some bad people, don't get me wrong, but like I think the majority of people are good. And it's easy for negativity. Negativity has like this bigger impact than positivity does. Much bigger impact. Right, I'm gonna have a little drink. ADH Degrees says X unintentionally breaking down why anarchism doesn't work. The thing about anarchism is I think you first get introduced to it as like anarchy and chaos, running around, you know, doing whatever you want. That's how I thought of it at first. And then I think there are anarchists that think actually what we're saying is we naturally get along, we can naturally do things together, and we don't need institutions like rules, like legal systems to organize us. And that I think that's good to know about anarchism. Okay, maybe you don't quite mean just run around, do what you want. It's a bit more, you think there's some good nature in us that means we can do this without legal systems. For me, completely disagree. I absolutely think we need those systems in places. Like, I think that's part of why we've gotten to where we are, is because we have things like legal systems. Are they flawed? Yep. Is there corruption in them? Of course. They're not perfect. I think they do mostly good. But again, it's that whole negativity, positivity balance. And the negativity can scoop up a lot of our attention. Inside of legal systems, it probably should. We probably should be paying attention to that and being concerned about it. But I don't think the answer is to like knock it down. It's to like make it better. Make it more robust from the problems it has. Yeah? So that's why like anarchism for me. No thanks. San Dorian says, incredible episode today. Thanks, X. Oh, okay. That's some really great feedback, and I appreciate it. So anyone who watched the whole episode and is now here watching the stream, if you want to just tell me what you thought of the episode, like was it actually a really good one compared to old ones? Because I'm really trying to like just find more of the natural fun, and I felt like both episodes 1 and 2 have hit like a new level for me. And when someone comes in and just says that, it makes me wonder, am I hitting that for more people or just that person? Because I want to keep it going like that. I want to keep the episodes bigger, bigger project that we focus on and do something really awesome in each one. You love the natural fun. The natural fun was really cool. It just kind of wove itself into everything that was going on really well, didn't it? A lot of this is kind of dumb, by the way. Like, just looking at it and thinking, now I've got to set up filters. Actually, what I should do is just put one in each, I think. Funny enough, I kind of need like a lot of stone, because once you set up the filters, you then got to drop lots of stone in. And when I was setting up some of the first ones, I actually ran out of stuff. We could even put a golem up there as well. I think I might do that. Loved episode 1, haven't been able to watch 2 yet. Well, there's lots of content in 2 for you to enjoy. Oh, I thought you were stuck on something then. You'll watch it later, you're behind on videos, fair enough. What's the UI on the right side of the screen when I open a chest? It's a little tweak to tell you the signal strength of redstone stuff. What's my favourite guitar body shape? Probably the Ibanez, just the regular Ibanez. The V is fun. It doesn't actually, the V, I feel like the V would get in the way a lot, but it doesn't. You can also kind of like prop it on your leg, which is kind of nice. I think if I were playing lead guitar standing up, the V would be my favorite. Oh, by the way, I updated my website today. If you go to the guitars section, it's now got the last 2 guitars of my collection in it, the Jackson V and the Ibanez Geo. If anyone out there is a potential guitar player, you like heavy metal, you're thinking you want to give guitar a go, If you go look at the Ibanez Geo guitar at the bottom of the page on my website, that is a guitar I'd highly recommend for a beginner. It's a cheap entry-level guitar, and its harmonics sound better than any of my other guitars. It is awesome. I need a honeycomb. It's a really good guitar. And yeah, oh my god, I've got a story for you. So yesterday, right, YouTube throws me up a video. It recommends to me Spit It Out by Slipknot, but in FL Studio. And I was like, that's interesting, let's go have a look. And someone using FL Studio plugins has actually made a really great sounding cover of that. So that's a cover not played by someone on guitar, it's done through various VSTs, virtual instruments. And as I'm watching this thing going, man, they're making this sound great, I love this. I'm noticing that the guitar fretboards, I'm like, wait a minute, this song is kind of easy to play, right? Like, anyway, it's been a long time since I pulled out a lot of Slipknot tabs and had a look. And that first Slipknot album, that album is like pure adrenaline to me. That album is inside my soul. And turns out I can play Spit It Out. Then I'm like, what other songs? I can play No Life. I can play Liberate. I was learning to play those 3 tracks yesterday, and there's probably more that I can play. And like years ago, I couldn't play them when I went and looked at them. And I just started playing. I was like, this is great. Like, I love playing the songs that just enthrall me. And that Slipknot record enthralls me. It is fantastic. Ah, that would suggest a broken filter. I don't recall putting these. Oh no, maybe I did put these items in. That's okay though, because this actually doesn't really break anything. It just means I never put stone in here. I put a few things in for the filter and then left it alone. Okay, we're gonna go put in items that can be sorted away, which is pretty much that so far. Stone, smooth stone. And then as I work on this more and more, we will get more and more things into the filter, I guess. Oh yeah, the pale oak can go in there. Actually don't, because what we just learned, that one was like dodge, so no. Okay, trying to clean up this inventory again. It's kind of happening. That one would go in there. Put that down here, that up there. Random sticks, random coal, and then this thing over here. Peeps, I need to nip to the loo. And then I'll be back in a moment. Do I have any more guitar covers planned? Yeah, there's a song I kind of wanted to do. I forget what it is, though. I'll probably remember while I nip to the loo. Peeps, I'll be right back. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Please don't leave me! Hello, Twitch. How's it going, everyone? I'm back. Oh, let me spark up a fag. Right, let's do it. We're playing Minecraft, fellas. Sorry. Sorry, the dork in me came out again. Right. We're going to set up filters for... could I do bamboo as well? Should I talk like this for a little bit more? I don't think... maybe I could do bamboo. Last time I did this, I had... you know, I'll do it as a screenshot. Wait, that's the wrong thing. I had this neatly organized on the other screen. So let's do it with a screenshot. Nice! Now I can see that. Xisuma. Statham impression, yeah. Alright, geezer, that kind of thing. Yeah. Right, fella. Right, let's go craft some stuff. Bloop. And that. No, the shield is so weird. It like stops you from doing that stuff sometimes. So you do that one, you do this one, that one, this one, that thing. I should probably take out all of this, to be honest. Yeah, we'll leave it all out for now. I'll put. Oh my good God! For goodness sake! Okay, all of that stuff was absolutely fine where it was. Back in you go. Is the shield in there? No. For goodness sake. Right. Do you know, there's something I need to do with shears, which is get like a leaf block of every tree. It's just one of those things I've got to remember to do when I start farming trees outside. See, this is... Okay, right. You are now watching what you have to do to get this thing to work, and it will take up a lot of time to do all these different filters. I think what the game needs, if they're not going to fix the inventory stuff, right, if they're going to go in this direction, now we kind of need some sort of, like, instruction item to the golem. That sort of, like, maybe you put it in here, and any type of mangrove wood will now go into that thing, right? And I can see this being tricky because there's going to be lots of edge cases, maybe categories that overlap, or... Dude, I think No, I didn't think of a way to do it. I was going to say, like, what if you could use the bundle and all the items in that? But, like, you then have to craft everything and put it in the bundle, so no. But, like, something maybe with a UI like that, like a card where you can see what items it filters. But now the player has to go and create filters for the copper golems. Sometimes that can just be that it puts it into the same chest of all your stuff. Maybe that's the easier way. If you're doing it this way, like we are, this is such a pain. This is such a pain. And it feels to me like we need something else there. But I think I said it a second ago. Mojang's intention is probably that you do it this way around over here, right? And that is your filter there, where your storage is as well. So, yeah. Joel Duggan, my dude, thank you again for another raid. It's greatly appreciated. To everyone tuning in, we are in Hermitcraft Season 11, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful, people. We're having a good time over here. Just setting up item filters now. So, that one, then that one. Okay, now that's the first row. The second row is for bamboo, which we'll try and do bamboo as well, I think. I just want to give you all the feel for the tediousness of this next step, because it's necessary to do this, but you have to do it so many times. And I will say though, it does feel like maybe you don't do what I'm doing, and you're just gonna wing it as you go, right? So you got your little chest for your pail over here. Stuff comes in, things that don't make it in end up at the end. You just chuck them in, and then it's working again. I think that's a good system. The only problem is you have to leave an item in when you take stuff out. So who knows? There's many different ways of playing this game, you know, and you learn a lot by doing. Not sure if scaffolding should... I don't think I want scaffolding in here. Like, I think I'm going to have, like, a utilities block. A category or something like that. Okay, we also got to make a shelf. I think the shelf is a little bit... it's not that it's pricey. It just feels a bit tedious to do all of this to get it. But hey, there it is. The shelf. And is that it? I think that's kind of it, yeah. That's all of the pale wood stuff set up. With exception to the hanging sign. Wait, have I put the sign in there? Yeah, the sign's right there, okay. Now, I could put it in there, but I'm actually going to put it in over here. Because that's more fun, right? definitely more fun this way. I'm definitely having more fun now. At least you got 6 shelves and not 3. True, true. The system looks cool yet confusing, says Tailquin. It's not that confusing. Like, it's you know, here's your storage and up there's your filter. That's the gist of it. So like, oh, I forgot to do a thing and I need to do it kind of quickie. 2, 3, 4, like that. Oh, and I never set up bamboo. Do you know what? It's probably going to give us a pain in the ass, but we will we'll do bamboo as well. Which, the problem with bamboo is that it has a slightly different wood set. Because I got to do that as well, and now I don't have the creative screen to see it. I can log out, log in. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can beat the items coming around. Because otherwise it's going to break. Put 3 in for now, I think. Right, let's log out. Let's go to... I don't want to spoil anything. Let's go Tunnel Rats. The other place will be full of spoilers. Okay, so... Game mode... Just walk behind myself. Go over here. Alright. Ooh! Oh man, new features. That looks so awesome. Got a couple of custom ones. Right. So you type in bamboo, and then you see the bamboo wood set. I just need to take a screenshot of that. That's it. That's all I need to do. Put that on the other screen and we're golden. Go back on Hermitcraft. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Right. Were the golems fully oxide if not taken care of? You don't have to take care of them. You can neglect them. It's okay. So you do that, and then isn't it that for the bamboo mosaic? It is. But then you want bamboo mosaic other bits and bobs. Like slabs and stairs, so... Need quite a few of them. Wait, wrong way around. Stairs. Boom, boom, boom. That is quite a lot of the stuff. So... Regular one comes there, then that one. Okay, but then you got the mosaic stuff. That's the thing that's going to trip you up. 1, 2. Oh yeah, that one. We'll put that on the ends, the regular bamboo. Then after that, you got fence posts, fence gates, trapdoors. 1, 2, 3. Trapdoor will go there. Right, let's go craft the other stuff. Probably going to run out. Some of those. Yeah, see, I'm running out. Hopefully I've got some more bamboo lying around, because otherwise I have to take a trip. Did I leave any down here? I'm gonna have to go take a trip, get some more. Could be interesting if a paper and a lectern were to use the waxing thing for some reason. I can't quite visualize that. You're going to have to redo your copper sorting system now that you've seen this setup. Well, I don't know what your setup is, because I'm doing this one kind of thinking that the other one that I'm setting up might have been the better choice. Oh, I thought I left some bamboo growing here. Dang. Well, this stuff will run out quick if I don't keep it going, so... I'm going to make sure there's a bunch to replenish next time I'm here. That's good. That's good. I'll put the sword in there. Nice, nice. Let's go back. Next time you get an ad, you get one step closer to buying Twitch Nitro. I mean, you can buy a subscription and then you don't get ads on that person's channel, but then Nitro, I assume, is going to cover the whole thing, right? Probably the whole thing. Lord Andy, I feel like I read your message in chat and not on the resub screen, so thank you for resubscribing. 3 months. Appreciate the support, my dude. Thank you, thank you. What happens when a copper golem turns into a statue while on a carpet? Does the statue break? I had a feeling that they wouldn't turn into it when they were on glow lichen. But I haven't fully tested it yet. Because I saw something happen that made me think maybe not, but that was when I was like doing some creative thumbnail stuff, so who knows. Right, so we need... Oh no, we already had trapdoor. Wait, did I have everything? No. No, I did need more because I don't have... I could have got sticks. I didn't need to make that trip. Oh my god, waste of time. Waste of time. Now I want to die. I'm joking. Also, where'd my screenshot go? I lost my screenshot. Screenshots. Okay, got it back. So, this is the filter. It hasn't brought anything over yet. Interesting. So you have these items like so. Same as above, actually. Oh, do we have bamboo shelves? We didn't get bamboo. We didn't get bamboo shelves, people. Is that for real? Bamboo shelf isn't a thing. Huh. I gotta make a bamboo... Wait. Wait. Bamboo sign is a thing, but it's not on my search result? That's weird. That's weird. Yo, there it is. Okay, right, let's type in shelf. It's gonna go through every single one. Bamboo. Can I then sub... Interesting. It's bringing it up because it's a part of it. Okay, let's go. Is it that? No. Why is it not on the other one? That's super weird. It didn't come up when I searched for it in creative mode. It's there. It exists. Huh. How peculiar. I'm a little bit miffed by that. That's crazy. All right, so now you put in like the last of the stone up the top here, and it drains. So like one little downside is then you have to pull that out of there. But now we'll go put all in the bamboo and it will all get sorted too. Why did that not come up on the search on the other one? That's so strange. So strange. Okay, now we can put away all of that. I can put the stone in there too. I like to give him a bit of a break and just put some of the stuff straight in there though, you know. You can strip bamboo. Yes, that's what we just did. I will start to copy this on my week 2 phase, then forget to finish it. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I kind of want to... By the way, I kind of want to put something like here in those blocks. I think I can think of something with the copper, but it won't be particularly striking. It might help when this stuff is weathered. Let's take a few blocks. Might as well throw something in that space for now. So like I'll have a few more of them. And then I know I'm going to need some of those. And maybe some of them. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking... I'm thinking I need some... Do I need some stone? No, I don't. Probably going to weather this a bit more. Oops. Maybe a bulb up there might fit in pretty well, but... Yeah, that's not so bad. One thing this room lacks is a bit of animation. But hey, this was like a necessary evil, and I thought I prepped for everything, but when making this, you know, I kind of ended up doing the whole compact thing and not really leaving space for animation. But, you know, the copper golems move about, which is cool, so there's that. I'm also kind of wondering about the layout of this, if there was like a way to put the copper golem in front. I mean, if the copper golem's at this height, right, like if it's there, then it makes it hard for you to access that chest at the bottom. Now, what is there a block that makes you slightly above? Like, you know how a fence post with a carpet, which we could use, might allow them to access a chest at that height there. Well, actually, that would mean if it were here, it could access all of those, possibly. Or these ones could be forward by one. You know, there might be a way to put the golem in front, which I might investigate a little bit. Light sensor, snow layers. Yeah, enchanting table. Huh. I like the daylight sensor one. Anyway, I might investigate that a tiny bit more. Like, we might actually be able to do something here. There is another problem actually, which is just that you need this kind of like extra block. You need that block's difference. That's homework for me. Peeps, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you had a good time. Streaming again Saturday evening for MCC and then Sunday morning for Hermitcraft. Hope to see you again. So hit the follow button before you go. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the amazing support. I'll go look for someone to raid. And if you haven't seen the episode, it's on the second channel. So yeah, go check that out. If you haven't watched it already, episode 2 is out. It's awesome. There's lots of fun stuff in it. I'll send you over to Joe, who's doing some Hermitcraft right now. So if you want more Hermitcraft, stick around. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the weekend. Bye.